all is set for tomorrow's election. 1,081 delegates are expected to participate in the election scheduled at the Forestry Commission Training School in Ejoso. Already, the ground is being prepared for tomorrow. 24 hours to the election, campaigns are supposed to cease, but our investigations can confirm that some aspirants are still speaking to delegates to convince them for their votes. But this form of campaign is being done on the low, that is being done quietly.
And from your interaction with constituents who are considered as the front runners as we speak?
So far, the constituents are expecting the delegates to elect someone who they believe can fill in for the former MP. They are unable to give us names of specific individuals that they think are in the lead, but it looks like the delegates are expectant of the choice that the delegates will make.
That's my colleague Nanaya Ojima there giving us update on that Ejiso by-election and the NPP primaries that's coming up tomorrow. Already, the former MP says he's contesting that seat as an independent candidate, taking us out of the election headquarters this afternoon. Now, traditional authorities in Nungwa are currently locked up in a meeting over the ongoing protective state custody of the underage girl allegedly married off to the Bobu Wuloma and that traditional customs. Now, sources indicate that the girl has a crucial role to play in the upcoming Homo Festival, raising concerns among traditional leaders about her inability to fulfill her duties while still in protective state custody. We can listen to the Director of Administration at the Office of the Bobu Wulomo, Reverend D.N. J.C. Anka.
Police, young lady who is our queen is under police protection. Therefore, if the police have remarked that she is under police protection, where again do you want to find her? But we are telling the world that she is our royal. And if the police are saying they are taking care of her, then the police must be reminded that whatever happens to her, then traditionally we will deal with the police. If Babu has, through divine intervention, taken our lady who is our queen, then it is the deity that has something to do with our queens, and not Bobu Wulomo as a person, like people are speculating.
But Joy News is learning that police are yet to conclude investigations and have not provided updates on the matter to the relevant state agencies. Well, my colleague Maxwell Agbagba has been digging. What have we found?
Yeah, so we've been speaking to our sources at the Information Ministry, and they told us that the police has not provided any updates on the investigations and that they have no further updates beyond what was stated in their earlier press release some days ago. So that's the update that we have right now, that they're still waiting for police to provide them with the latest on the situation, on the investigations that they're doing. Yeah.
Okay, that's a Maxwell Abuba with details of what we are learning so far. Now, a member of Parliament's Public Accounts Committee has given indications that the minority in Parliament will be requesting an independent probe into government performance tracker. The website, which is an updated version of Dr. Baumia's delivery tracker, was expected to provide factual, reliable and accurate information on the status of some 13,000 geolocated infrastructural projects being implemented by government. However, just 48 hours after that commissioning of the website, management of the performance tracker says its attention has been drawn to 67 entries which were erroneously included, plus some other anomalies that have been addressed. My colleague Blessed Suga has been monitoring that particular tracker, joins me in studio with what more we need to know. So what were some of these anomalies and what is being done to resolve them?
Well, so on the portal, the Facebook page for Performance Tracker 2.0, a statement has been released some 13 hours ago, pointing out that within 48 hours following the launch, quote, our attention has been drawn to 67 entries which were erroneously included. Now, these have been corrected. Also, our attention has been drawn to some 74 projects which should have been included as they had been concluded by June 2023. All of these have also been concluded, unquote. Now, as announced at the launch, the tracker is being continuously updated to provide a live and accurate record of performance of the government of Ghana, and we thank the public for the feedback and collaboration. They are also opening up the portal for any feedback and updates as and when we have it.
But they failed to mention which 67 projects these are.
No specific mention of the projects, except to say that there are 74 more that they are now adding to the portal.
Okay, thank you very much, Blessed Suga. Meanwhile, the minority in Parliament is already wading into the newly launched performance tracker. A member of the Public Accounts Committee and member of Parliament for Buem, Kofi Adam, says his side of the House will be demanding an independent probe.
We will go into them. Just maybe monies have been paid behind the scene for no work done. And we are incurring a lot of costs, but we can't feel it on the ground. So when you hear that our debt has risen, but we look around us and we can't see the development, what may be happening is that the MPP officials are paying monies to themselves for no work done.
So is that to suggest that in Parliament you'll be asking the Speaker to probe some of these claims that government?
Sure, we will be asking for a lot of things to be probed based on what has happened at Public Accounts Committee, where we found these heavy and huge payments.
Buem MP Kofi Adams there interacting with my colleague Blessed Suga. Now, Interior Minister Henry Quartey is asking police officers who go to the airport to assist air passengers, especially friends and family, with their luggage and immigration procedures to desist from doing so. This comes as the Ghana Airport Company Limited interdicts all staff members implicated in a cocaine smuggling incident at the Kotoka International Airport. The Herald newspaper reported that the scandal emerged following the arrest of a significant quantity of illegal drugs at Brussels Airport in Belgium. There's more in the following News Desk report.
The reports indicate that the cocaine was smuggled through the Kotoka International Airport aboard the Moroccan national carrier Royal Air Maroc, facilitated by an airport staff member on March 23, 2024. Puega Delgi Bianca, a female who is Dutch national, was apprehended at the Brussels airport with 8.5 kilograms of suspected cocaine allegedly transported through Ghana's main airport on the said date. A statement from the airport authorities confirmed the commencement of investigations and the interdiction of the staff involved in the incident. The management of the Ghana Airport Company Limited reiterated its warning to staff about assisting passengers at the airport, quote, failing which punitive measures not limited to, but including summary dismissals and prosecutions by the state will be effected in line with existing protocols, end quote.
It's a News Desk report. We can now hear from the Interior Minister, Henry Quartey, speaking to officers at the police headquarters during a working visit there. Mr. Quartey told the officers assisting passengers was not part of their duties.
It has become one too many a practice at our entry points, where you find security personnel in uniform assisting passengers departing and arriving, pushing their bags, going through security checkpoints. In some cases, they stand at the conveyor belts to push and pull their bags. I don't know any part in this world that when you arrive, a police officer in that country, an immigration officer, prisons officer, a military, will meet you and take you through immigration.
Interior Minister Henry Quartey there, taking us on a quick break here on the Midday News, live on Joy 99.7 FM in Accra. In Kumasi, we are on Love 99.5 FM affiliate across Ghana's 16 regions. We are live on X Spaces on Facebook, myjoyonline.com. The Midday News is sponsored by Petrosol, your clean fuel in full quantity. Also brought to you by Duraplus Ghana Limited, where Duraplus goes, water flows. We return from the break with sport. And just in case you're going through economic hardship, well, you're not alone.
Somebody comes to service the air conditioners. Somebody comes to change the lights. Electricians come. And you should see the charges. For me, I don't know whether they are presidential charges. Maybe because I've been president before. They are charging me more.
And much later, Mawina Ajo Treba, sister of the late Ghanaian broadcaster Komla Dumo of the BBC and Multimedia Group, has been reported dead.
There's so many different memories, I guess. And before I even get into that, I just want to take the opportunity to say thank you to Multimedia, to the family he started with, and to everybody who has been so kind and so generous.
When budgets are tight and money difficult to come by, you want to be sure you get the best value for your money. These are not times to be spending money fixing expensive engine problems because of cheap fuel and lubricants. Drive to a Petrosol station today and buy your quality fuel and lubricants, and rest assured of fuel that lasts long and lubricants that prevent expensive engine problems. Hear the sound. Petrosol, clean fuel, in full quantity.
Showtime! Good life time! Paddy, how is your good life?
Hey, before you attack that sumptuous variety of foods with Toto, do yourself a favor.
Wash your hands with soap under running water, your bowl before you eat, and at all other critical moments. That is,
before you cook, after you visit the toilet, change your baby's diaper,
and when you return home from anywhere.
Let's all come aboard Good Life by washing our hands with soap under running water and at all other critical moments to keep the germs away from our family. Good Life, live it well. It's an everyday thing. Good Life from Ghana Health Service and partners with support from USAID.
Just like that Sochi Wachi, that's exactly what Apawu Magic gives you. Enjoy rich Ghanaian stories like the second season of the legendary Inspector Bediako, the captivating Madame, and so much more on DSTV channel 150 and GoTV channel 102. Apawu Magic dear, enjoyment and kasa. Now available on DSTV Access and GoTV Plus. Apawu Magic, Ghana's most loved storyteller.
Thanks for staying with us. Let's do sports. Mubarak is
back.
back.
And 2024 has been a challenging year for Asante Kotoko in the Ghana Premier League. Now, the Porcupines have won just a game, and last night's 2-1 home defeat to South Remand has extended their winless run to 6 matches. They sit 10th in the league standings, 13 points behind league leader Samatex. Now, the assistant head coach David Oklu is pleading for more time to improve performance.
It's a work in progress, so there's no pressure on us. We just go back and work hard and try to turn things around. It's unfortunate, and I feel their pain, but they should bear with us. This is football. Sometimes it happens. They should just bear with us and keep supporting us. We will definitely change things around.
Yes, and we've got game plan at 1:15 p.m. And guess who will be in studio? The baby jet, Asamoah, and he'll be here. Yes, so do join us.
We're waiting for that. Now, the Ghana Road Transport Coordinating Council has taken a firm stance against unilateral fare increases by frustrated drivers, emphasizing that the recent surge in fuel prices alone does not warrant another adjustment in transport fares. General Secretary of the GRTCC, Emmanuel Oheneyeboah, highlights the illegality of the action, stressing the importance of adhering to the established regulatory framework of the sector. But their caution doesn't seem to face drivers mounting pressure to get an increase to offset operational costs. Some of them have even gone ahead to charge them. Listen to some drivers.
Lord Fenny, is ya to be also got to fool now. Obokoni Atumuna. The end of champion phone is a term of Mopenomo and far Lord Fenny,
We have taken our own initiative to increase the fares because there is a hike in fuel prices every time. We can't wait for the government to bring the new transport fares when they prefer. Long-distance drivers have also increased their fares by 20 to 30%.
Now, in the Ashanti region, Love News has cited a list proposing new fares for passengers in the Obuasi municipality. My colleague Emmanuel Bright-Kweku joins us on the line with more. Emmanuel, walk us through the situation in the Ashanti region. Have the new fares taken effect?
So Emefa, here in the Ashanti region, the fares have not kick-started generally across the region. But when you go to the Obuasi municipality, we have cited a list that is proposing some 20% transport fare increment. So if you are paying 2 cedis now, you'll be paying 2 cedis, 50%. But we spoke with some of the passengers in Obuasi, and they have been telling us that yesterday they took this 50% fare. But generally in the Ashanti region, that is not the case. They are waiting that the GPRT will give us an official communication.
Okay, that's Emmanuel Bright-Kweku there. Now, the Ghana Road Transport Coordinating Council is unhappy with the actions of the drivers charging extra.
We'll take our minds back a little. The fuel price went as high as 23.45 cedis per litre. It has dropped from 23, by drop from 23 to about 11 cedis per litre. It's now picking up again. When the fuel prices were coming down, we asked that transport operators should reduce the fares by 10% to accommodate to also reflect in the travelers' pockets as a standing practice.
Now, if you're going through economic hardship, well, the consolation is that you're not alone, because former President John Dramani Mahama says he's feeling it too. He's left in a state of confusion as artisans who work on minor issues in his home charge exorbitant fees.
I'm a head of a household. Myself and Auntie Lodina live in the house with our children. People come and work in the house. Somebody comes to service the air conditioners. Somebody comes to change the lights. Electricians come. I mean, all kinds of services. And you should see the charges. For me, I don't know whether they are presidential charges. Maybe because I've been president before. They are charging me more. But I'm sure you are facing the same this thing. The least work they come and do in your house is 1,000 cedis and over. And the question one asks is, those people who are charging, you pay them in cash. They take their money and they walk away. What tax are they paying on that money?
Now, let's focus on the story of a woman who cannot speak by herself. Any sound that she utters is by the help of an instrument connected to her throat. This is because she has throat cancer, making it impossible for her to speak and sometimes even eat. But more important is the risk factors, including those that practice oral sex and heavy alcoholic drinkers. My colleague Elton Brobe sat down with midwife Mary Amankwa-Fojo. This is her story.
I had this hoarseness of voice. I don't know what it was. I thought it was stress. It was breakage of voice. Every time I talk, you hear breakage
in the voice. Like you were stammering?
Yes. I didn't take it serious. So one time I got up and I saw swelling. I thought it was infection. All the time she had something called Jemnukutu.
Okay, yes,
so
I know.
I thought it was Jemnukutu those
yes.
days. And then I treated with antibiotics.
Kwafojo. Now, I'm sure you must have heard by now, Mawina Ajutreba, sister of the late Ghanaian broadcaster Komla Dumo of Joy FM and BBC, has been reported dead. Mawina Dumo, an astute business executive and communications specialist, is said to have died after a pronounced or prolonged battle with ill health. She was the first of 3 children of sociologists and former member of the Electoral Commission, as well as former head of the National Identification Authority, Professor Ernest Dumo, and the late Mrs. Cecilia Dumo. Well, as we marked the 10 years of the passing of Komla Dumo, we had this interview with Mawina Dumo on Newsnight.
There's so many different memories, I guess, and before I even get into that, I just want to take the opportunity to say thank you to Multimedia, to the family he started with, and to everybody who has been so kind and so generous in today sharing their memories. I guess, I've had memories from our childhood, the mischief that the two of us used to get into when we were very young. But more recently, just reflecting on the things that he did at work and the things that we discussed about the extraordinary career he was building. And I guess for me, there was a visit that I made to the UK, and I had the opportunity to watch him from behind the scenes, delivering, presenting the case for the African continent with a level of professionalism that I guess I didn't fully appreciate.
That's the late Mawina Dumo Treba. Well, she was the first female CEO of the Ghana Investment Promotion Center. She leaves behind her husband, Divine Treba of the Ghana Air Force, and daughter, Catherine Joy Treba. And there's a lot of talk on social media about it, Maxwell.
There are a lot of tributes pouring in. This one here from Yaira Portia Clue says, today's a day that should have been filled with celebration, but instead it's heavy with the weight of loss. Aunt Mawina was such a pillar of support in her life, to pass away just yesterday, and today's her birthday. It feels like a cruel twist of fate to mourn her absence on a day that should have been about joy and laughter. This one is from Evangelist Richard Pryor. He says, now this is a difficult one for me. Last year on a day like this, I prayed to God to grant you more years full of strength and happiness. Little did I know that today I'll wake up to the sad news of your demise. You would have been 52 today. I remember in 2020 your lectures on effective communication.
Well, that's a a pretty sad one. Well, there are other issues also on social media.
Yeah, Emefa. So Bobrisky is trending now. Controversial crossdresser Idris Olarewaju Okuneye, popularly known as Bobrisky, has been sentenced to 6 months imprisonment without option of fine for abusing the Nigerian currency naira.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we continue to celebrate the life of Mawina Dumo Treba, and that's how we end today's edition of the Midday News here on Joy 99.7 FM. There's more when you log on to myjoyonline.com. May her gentle and beautiful soul continue to rest in the bosom of the Almighty. I am Emefa Apawu. Have a good afternoon.